Good morning, good morning, good morning. What up, family? Welcome to the Afro Latina Show. I am your host, Alicia Anabel Santos, La Diosa Dominicana, La Santera. Welcome to episode 320. Who told you you are not worthy? Good morning. I feel like it has been weeks since I've recorded a podcast when it has only been a few days. And if I'm being honest and transparent, I have been incredibly sick. I'm sick right now, but I am here. I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for you. And I wanted to talk about who told you you're not worthy? Who told us that we are not worthy? Who told us that we are not good enough? Who told us that we would never be shit, that we would never be anything, that we would never have anything? Who told us that we would never change? Who told us that we talk a lot of shit, but we are not about shit? Who told us that we would never reach a level of greatness because that's just not what was destined for us? Who put us down? Who held us down? Who kept us down? Who made us feel horrible about ourselves? Who do we think of when we think about all of the foul shit that we may be experiencing or living through? Who do we blame for that? Who are we looking at and saying, that's the culprit, that motherfucker right there, that person is the cause and the reason and the effect? Who told you you are not worthy? When I think about my childhood and I think about getting report cards and it being the same comments from teachers, Alicia's a daydreamer, Alicia talks a lot in class, Alicia speaks out of turn, she doesn't pay attention, she has her head in the clouds, she's always daydreaming. I was. Of course I was daydreaming. I was dreaming up a life for myself that was magical. I was dreaming up shit that people would have thought was unbelievable, unreal, and unachievable, like unattainable dreams. Yes, I was thinking about life outside of the life I was living because the life I was living was an ideal for a young girl at 5, 9, 10. I was dreaming a dream for myself of beauty and love, but I was being told that it was wrong to dream. And I was hearing messages like, girls like me could never have that, could never be that. And so I started to see myself set the bar low for myself because I believed that I couldn't be or have the things that I was dreaming of. That's fucking sad, yo. What I think about when I see that little girl, a 5-year-old little girl who's dreaming about being the next Whitney Houston or the next Natalie Wood or the next Rita Moreno or whatever it is or whatever it was that I was dreaming. It was beautiful and sweet. And who told that little girl that she could never be shit? And the sad truth is, why did the woman believe that? Why did the young girl turn adolescent, turn teen, turn young woman, turn mother, believe that? Who told you you are not worthy? My earliest recollection is my dad. There are relationships that impact you forever. But when I was a little girl and I talked about dreams, and I probably told my dad I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a star. He was like, yo, get your head out of your ass. Get your head out of the clouds And that was enough to just shut me down. When a little girl who looks up to their daddy as their everything, as their king, and he's telling you can't be shit, it doesn't matter what motherfuckers are telling you about yourself. That's who you believe. The closest people to us are who we believe. And for me, it was absolutely my dad. My dad was the person that I wanted his validation, his acceptance, his approval, his pride. I wanted him to be proud of me. But the messages he was receiving were that little girls couldn't do shit like that. I remember saying I wanted to go to LaGuardia High School. And they were like, my mother and father were like, oh, hell no, you ain't taking no train to Manhattan. Shut it down. Who shut us down? But more than that, how can we rewrite the narrative, right? So let's close our eyes and let's get still and let's take some deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's okay to cry. If you feel it rising, cry. Cry for that little girl, that little boy who wanted to be a track star, a football player, a scientist, an astronaut, a physicist, whatever. Cry for them because they'd be crying and it's all right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Breathe normally. With your eyes closed, I want you to see the young you, the young version of you, that 5-year-old version of you. What did he look like? 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. And stay there. Stay at 13. What did you believe about yourself then? That you could be what? That you could do what? That you were what? This is going to be a heavy meditation, and it's okay. Spend your time with this. Pause this meditation at any moment to journal, reflect, to sit with a thought. You're 13, and who are you then? And what are you told about your life and what you can and cannot do? What can little girls or little boys do? When was the moment that we believed that we were not worthy? What were all the messages we received? Because it might not just be one person. There could have been so many things that showed up to confirm that, right? It could be relationships, lovers that we're with that kind of repeat those cycles of abuse from back then, back when we were 5, 6, 9, 13, who trigger us. But we attract that. We continue to attract the things that keep us held down and believing that we are unworthy. List them. List all of the people that play a role in feeding the belief, feeding that narrative that we tell ourselves about not being worthy. You're 15, you're 20, you're 25, you're 35, you're 45, you're 50, 65, you're 70, and you look at your life. And you look at your life and you look at the things that you have achieved. Have you made a move toward that thing that you wanted at 5, 13? Have you spent your life believing what you were told you couldn't be and have? Have you lived up to their expectations? Or have you ripped that narrative apart and rewritten something for yourself? Something beautiful, your own truth. When you know that you are worthy, you do what? When you know the truth, that you are worthy, that we are all worthy of having the life that we deserve, how do we move in the world? What are the types of things we say to ourselves? What do we feed ourselves? How do we look? How do we walk in the streets? When we know we are worthy, we are what? And when you're ready, only when you're ready, come out of meditation. When you know you are worthy, you don't settle for shit that's less than you. When you know you are worthy, you do not surround yourself by negative people who are pulling you down. When you know you are worthy, you are surrounding yourself intentionally by the people who are doing the things that you say that you want for your life. Real talk. It is that simple. When you know what you want, you are intentional about your shit. You are intentional about your life. You're intentional about what you're reading, what you're putting in your body, what you're eating, how you're moving, how you're speaking. When you know you are worthy, you are so consumed by your love for you and others, but for you first, that you do not allow anyone to dishonor you or disrespect you. When you know you are worthy, you go for the thing no matter what. You go for the thing fearlessly, even though you're afraid. When you know you are worthy, you leap anyway because you're like, fuck it. I may not succeed. I may not achieve it, but I'm going to go for it anyway because I know I am worthy. I am worthy of at least trying. I'm not going to sit here and say that's not for me. I'm too old. I'm too old to publish a book, or I'm too old to write a song, or I'm too old to take a dance class, or I'm too old to go back to school. We are never too old. And we have always been worthy. But yes, there have been people who have tried to break us. But it is our job to fight like hell for us. And so this morning, I am sending you crazy energy and crazy strength. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of everything. You are worthy of a beautiful life. You are worthy of a loving relationship. You are worthy of a job that you love. You are worthy of having your dreams come true. You are worthy. And so am I. And my intention for today is to continue to move and stand in my self-worth, in my power, in my truth, and fill myself with love as often as I can and share that with you all. Breathe, family. This work is not easy, but it's necessary because we are rewriting our script. We are looking at that 5-year-old and we're saying, we love you, we got you. You couldn't do it at 5 and you couldn't speak up to them at 5, but we on some new shit right now. We know we are worthy, and every chance we get, we are going to let motherfuckers know that we are worthy. And so with that, let's get it on and pop in. You know the drill. If you like what you hear, subscribe, like, leave me comments, subscribe to my YouTube, SoundCloud, iHEART Radio, Spotify. What else? And follow me on Instagram, La Santera, Afro Latina Show, and I am Diosa Dominicana on Twitter and Tumblr. I am wishing you the most magical day. You are worthy. You are worthy, and never settle for less.